What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Crowned by Kenzie. Season 13, Season 9, Episode 13, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Vow or Never. When I tell you guys, this was very explosive to say the least, and I think we all got what we've been waiting for, as well as Trisha too. But before we get into that, make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment, hit that notification bell so that way you know when we go live or we post another video. Also, to let YouTube know that the Crown Kings and Queens, we are here in the building and we are here to stay. Thank you guys so much for watching. But before we get into the episode, make sure you guys get into this intro.
How you doing?
All right, guys. Season 9, Episode 13. Brief synopsis. Destiny confronts Sunny at Nell's bachelorette party while Letitia is forced to be peacemaker at Nell and Chris' vow renewal. Melody tries to avoid Martell and 911 is called. At home, tensions reach a boiling point between Trisha and Ken. All right, so we pick up in the episode on pretty much on the tail end of Latricia and Mel's argument. And in walks Sunny. All right. And when Sunny walks in her confessional, she states that she could tell and she realized that it's some tension. She could just feel it in the room. I'm sure she could. But that wasn't the end of it. Nell walks in. She's so excited. She looks beautiful. She's ready to turn up, in her words. Um, and the theme of the bachelorette party is the Garden of Eden. Um, and Nell, they're doing like this body painting situation where they're painting the guys that, scantily clad, nude, whatever you call it. And the guys, they have to paint the bodies, the male, oh God, what I'm saying. The male bodies are their canvases. And Nell is assigned to paint the snake. Okay. And so, before they get into that, once they're telling everybody what they're going to do, Melody decides, hey, what time is better for me to leave now? And she told Miss Nell, sorry I had to leave today, but I'll see you tomorrow at your vow renewal. And so Miss Nell, she feels a little slighted, you can tell, but she said that she's okay with it. She feels like no matter who's at Mel's events, oh, and yeah, check out the background. No matter who is at Mel's events, she never leaves early. She stays to the end. And she does feel some type of way about it, but she's okay with it. At least she showed up. All right. So then they start the whole painting situation. And then Miss Nell throws a little shade at Sunny while they're painting in front of Destiny. And she says something about sharing the snake. That was a slight to Sunny because of the history between her now husband Moses and Destiny. As you guys know, Destiny used to be in a relationship with Moses, and her and Sunny were so-called friends. But according to Sunny, they were producer and cast member. There was no friendship. But that's a whole nother story. Again, previous video, I'll put the video at the end of this video. And so Tisha, of course, Destiny is laughing it up. She getting a good old kiki out of that, sharing the snake, and Sonny says she does not share a snake. That's pretty much that's her husband. She's not sharing no snake. Whatever. Potato, potato. And so Tisha steps in and she talks to Sunny, and while she's talking, just hey Sunny, how you doing? What's going on? Then Destiny kind of steps in and does something weird, and Sunny just calls it as I would call it myself. She does not want her friends associating or talking to Sunny. That's just point blank in a period. To me, that whole situation was childish for her to jump in the middle like that because you knew the girl was coming. Just be an adult about the situation and let it be. If she's not bothering you, just let it be. We argued about this whole Moses and Sonny's situation. They're married now. It does not matter. Y'all are not together. We've done this all season. Let it go. Understand the hurt. And as Sonny said in her confessional, she knows that Destiny is still hurt. But I mean, what else can you do now? Let it go. And so, they start going back and forth, and Destiny's and Sonny was saying how irritated she is with Destiny's continue to discuss them on different podcasts and all of those things, and I get it. I would be too. I mean, it's old at this point, as I just stated. It's old. Let it go. And so then they start getting into this whole thing where Destiny said that Sonny was posting something about Maury and the lot and the paternity test. And I guess insinuating that Destiny was not sure or is not sure who is the father of her son, which is a low blow. I don't know how much Destiny disclosed to her in their so-called friendship when they were, but if she did say it, and if that is what she's insinuating, then maybe she might know something behind the scenes because according to Destiny, they were so-called real good friends and doing, talking all the time and so on and so forth. And again, Sunny was her producer. So as her producer, it was her job to extract information from her. So maybe that's something that Sunny knows that we don't know. So Destiny gets all upset and she has to take a step outside. She's talking about dog walking this girl and so on and so forth. And my whole thing, if that's what you were gonna do, then you should have stayed in it. You started it, so you should have stayed in it. Why go outside and continue to talk about it? You should have just stayed in it or just left it alone. No need to go outside and talking about dog walking her to Letitia. What's she gonna do? You should have just left the whole situation alone. It did not have to be brought up. Okay, so you threw that out. And she came back and she hit you with a low blow. All is fair, love and war. And this is how it goes. In this case, love and marriage, but they're not married. Oh, and so Letitia, most common sense in this whole episode, at least in this scene, if we see that they cannot get along, and Destiny kept saying, "Why is she here? Why is she here?" I'm trying to understand why she's here. Well, you know why she's here. Of course, we all know why she's here. The show brought her in because you need a storyline. Maybe something, a whole lot of nothing was going on in her life, and they found it to be a juicy storyline, and they brought her in. It is what it is. It's your job. This is not your personal life. Outside of these cameras, she's not coming to your house. I'm sure she's not coming to your event. Shout out to Tisha. I'm sure she's not coming to any of that. So you know what time it is. It's at work. And at work, we all have to work with people that we do not necessarily like. It is what it is. It's work. And so Tisha in her confessional, she said at this point, it's been drug out at this point. We all know what time it is. Let's just stop bringing Sonny around. Okay, at this point, to keep down any further issues, let's just stop bringing her around. And now, notice something. We didn't see Sonny at Nell's vow renewal, did we? We didn't see her there. Now, unless she had other obligations and could not be there, I didn't see her being invited. So, I mean, unless it's something different, hey, let us know. And so now we go to the next scene at the renewal. And it's so beautiful, Miss Nail. She's nervous and she goes in to get set up and get her glam. And let me tell y'all something. Kudos to Miss Nail. Out of all the older reality TV ladies, the more seasoned ladies, Miss Nail is the first one that I have seen on a show without her wig. Now, all the others, Miss Braxton, all those other, ladies of a particular age group, I've never seen them without their wig, and I'm very curious how they look up under them. But so kudos to Miss Nell for that. But she looks so beautiful, and so her son comes in, and she talks to him about keeping Martell and Mel separate, keep them both at the front, but she wants them on separate sides. And so her son lets her know that pretty much he can handle Martell, but Mel's a different story. Okay, fine, so be it. And so Miss Nell is having a conversation with her daughters, and the daughters pretty much stated to Miss Nell that um at the bachelorette party, it was kind of weird. It was weird because why is Destiny continuously concerned about Moses and Sonny, and she's supposed to be with Miss Nell's son Lance? Like, what does that say? And I'm with the girls on that. Why, if you're with Lance, if you've moved on, why are you still having issues with this girl? She's married to this guy. Again, move on. I don't want to hear any more about this. Let's just let this be the last episode. And besides the reunion, that we discuss this. It's old news at this point. Who cares? You're with Lance. So I don't blame his sisters. That would bring pause to me as well, because if you're still concerned about this guy, that means you still love me. You have not let that go. So before you start dealing with my brother, I need you to deal with that first. And there's a lot of other people that could benefit from that advice, but we'll get into it. And so they enter the venue. Maurice, Kimmy, Martell come in, and they sit down. And Kimmy starts to download Martell and Maurice about what happened at the bachelorette party, and that Sonny and Destiny had a situation, and Mel and Latricia had a situation. And of course, Martell, he want to hear about the women, because I think low key he want to know if they fighting over him, which. Hmm. I guess some could see it that way, but I don't. But some could see it that way. They fighting over Martell. I don't know what the situation is. What do you guys think? You think they were fighting over Martell? You think that's what it was about? I think that's what he wanted to know. And so Kimmy says to him, "But why are you so interested in that? Why is that the part that interests you so much?" Again, I just answered that. He want to know if the girls are fighting over him. It makes him feel good. That's what it is. He didn't say it, but we just gonna say it for him. We want to know what his. I think it soothes his heart to feel like. I mean, it's still maybe a little speck of love from Mel there, that she's willing to fight somebody over him, or get into an argument with somebody over him. But anyway, Mel walks in. She sits across from Martell, Maurice, and Cammy. I don't even think she spoke to them when she came. No, she didn't, because um she sat there, and Martell started talking about um how he's nervous about marriage, and if he was to get married again, he would have to wait for at least 5 years before he made that decision to go down that road again. And just kind of talking about him and Mel, and in his confessional, he never thought that him and Mel would be in this situation where they would be at someone else's wedding and they're sitting on opposite sides of the room, pretty much reminiscing over the love, because he still has not let it go. He's still in love with that woman. He was all nervous, and I think he said he started to get hot and sweaty. He still love her. He has not let her go. So of course, that's going to be the feeling when you see her, especially when you know you effed the thing up. Allegedly, you effed the marriage up. So they always want what they had, and they messed up. 80-20, baby. 80-20. And so Maurice, whispers over to Mel, "Hey, Mel," and she just kind of. And so in her confessional, she said it does not surprise her that Maurice and Kimmy, the Scotts, are sitting over there on the same side with Martell. Because and the way they just kind of had this big blow up with him on the previous episode, in that group, they're known to just fake it until they make it, pretty much. So why they're around him. If they were just talking crap about him and all mad with him, on the previous episode, in the previous situation, but now they all over there with him. So she's not surprised. And she told you guys, she told Maurice, I think it was, in their meetup at his office, that she has no desire to associate herself with anyone that still associates themselves with her ex. And it is what it is. That's her right. And if that's what she feels like she must do for herself, then kudos to her. But at the end of the day, as I said with Destiny, this is your job. So if you're not going to associate with any of your coworkers, and especially in a situation like this where you guys are all supposed to be friends, then what are you going to do going forward? Because it seems like you can't feel with Destiny. You guys are at odds. You can't feel with Latricia. You guys are at odds. So what are you gonna feel with? Who's she gonna feel with? Just Miss Nell and Chris Fletcher? And she almost at the end of the road with them too if she's not careful. So again, it's your job. But I get it. She does not want to be around her ex-husband because at the end of the day, there are some legal situations in between them and in their situation. So I get it. I get it. So I mean, we're just not gonna continue to go down that road. We get it, Mel. With other people, but she did speak. All right. And so um Nell and Chris, they look so nice. They look so nice. I have to tell you guys that. And her son Lance walked her down the aisle. But I didn't see Chris Jr. Where was he? I didn't see him in that situation. Maybe they'll tell us, maybe the camera panned on him and we missed it, or maybe I missed it. If you guys saw him, let me know where you saw him at because I didn't see Chris Jr. Um, and so he presents now his cousin is the bishop, and his dad, Chris Fletcher, his dad got up and his dad did a speech or whatnot. And it was so sweet. And he presented Miss Nell. She thought, oh, I already have my ring on, and he presented her with a new 7 carat ring, and she was like, "Is this real?" And he was like, "Of course it's real. 7.5 carats on your vow renewal. Mr. Chris Fletcher got that guap, got that munyon." As the kids say, that munyon. So yeah, that 7.5 carat ring, I just would not think it was fake. So that was so sweet of him. And after 30 years, she deserved it. It was beautiful too. Um, Martell says he still believes in marriage and so on and so forth. Oops. And so, y'all know I gotta have my notes. I be forgetting. Y'all, I had a long day, brunch and just being out and about in these streets. And I watched this earlier. I wanted to bring it to you guys earlier, but I didn't want to rush it through because I knew I was pressed for time. So I decided to bring it to you guys tonight. And so um after they say their I do's again and so on and so forth again, beautiful. They're all sitting around Miss Nail talking, and Letitia says to Miss Nail, "Oh, after that ring in 30 years, you're my mentor," right in front of Mel. Now, Tisha, that was shady. That was a bit of shade because of the previous episode when Nail and Miss Nail and Mel had that whole situation about Miss Nail saying that she was Mel's mentor and Mel saying that she wasn't. So yeah, that was a little bit of shade. We caught that Tisha at the event. We caught it. Now Mel come back on you now. Don't be surprised now. I always tell the girls that be careful because you open that door and she come back on that ass. That it's fair game. All is fair at Love and Marriage Huntsville. And so, baby, hold up. Before we get into that, Latricia, poor thing takes one step forward with her fashions and her hair last week to only take 2 steps back with that blonde wig. That was not the move, ma'am. Okay, that was not the move. After this, she's a beautiful woman, nice body. But after this, go ahead and find a fire pit and throw that blonde wig in there, okay? Because that was not the move. Mm, mm-mm. One step forward to take 2 steps back. And so they asked her about well, first of all, they asked her about the situation from the bachelorette party with Mel, and she said that she had to clear the garbage or something like that, clear the garbage out. Well, wait a minute, are you saying that the misunderstanding is the garbage, or are you saying that Mel is the garbage? I want to know now before I make any judgments and pass any judgments. What do you guys think? You think she was talking about just the misunderstanding of it all? And the noise of the whole situation between her, Mel, and Martell? Or was she talking about Mel being the garbage? Definitely hope she was not talking about Mel being the garbage, okay? Definitely hope that because she's not. But if that's what you want to refer to her as, it's so big. But again, don't be surprised she come back on that ass now. All right. And so the girls ask her, where's Ken? She lets them know there's a family emergency and some other life things going on in their lives. It's an argument because I mean it's probably an argument. Um, because I don't know if you guys watched out the Heavenly and Carlos King's live a while ago when um Ken was on the what or was it? Letitia was on there first, and then Ken came back on there. But anyway, they had stated that they were going through something at that moment, and Ken had gotten in his car and just drove off and did not come back for a while. And I think he drove to Ohio or somewhere where he was from. So I'm assuming this might be around that time period, but I'm not sure. But like Letitia said, she feel in her confessional, Letitia, not Latricia, Letitia Scott said in her confessional that it's more. She feels like it's more, and they'll give it to us eventually when they're ready. And baby, did that. They gave it to us and each no, we'll get into that. And so Lance comes, walks by, the girls laughing, Kiki, like little hands, all this and the other. Lance walks by, and he shades Destiny. When he comes back, he circles back around and he comes back, and they all let him know that they saw Lance Jr. and how cute he is. And Destiny says because she's dating Lance Senior, he gets it from his dad, and Lance shades her by saying, um, I, you think a lot of people are cute. You think a lot of people in here are cute, or you seem to think a lot of people are cute. So then Kimmy starts, like that was shady. All the girls they clutched their pearls, mouths dropped to the floor. Like, what did he just do that? Yes, he just did that right in front of y'all. I think Destiny's mouth fell to the floor, but she tried to, hold it in. She didn't want to be embarrassed in front of the girls, let him feel like he got her. Because he did. And so that's when Kimmy, being messy, but she was telling the truth. Do you think his mom went back and told him about you making googly eyes at the guy from your event on the past episode? And so they flashed back to it, and Nell was saying, "Hell no, I don't like it. I don't like it, but I can't do nothing about it. That's her. It has nothing to do with me. I can't do nothing about it. But that's that woman's son. So of course she gonna tell her son. And the way Miss Nell loves her kids, I'm sure she went back and told him. So Kimmy was not lying. She made a it was spot on. Sure, Miss Nell went back and told him. Wouldn't you? And so Destiny gonna throw a little shade at Kimmy. It's just a whole back and forth ping pong, a tennis match, a ping pong match of shade being thrown around this room at down to the vow renewal. And so Destiny shades Kimmy saying, I know you're not used to date. Oh, I know you're not used to date. What you trying to say? Because they speculated for a while that Kimmy was a side piece to Maurice. His ex-wife even came on the show and said it without saying it, allegedly, that she was a side piece. So if that's what you were trying to say, Destiny? Sounds like that to me. What y'all think? It sounded like it to me. And so, um, Kimmy was getting ready to get in her ass now. I don't think Kimmy took that too light. She caught the shade. She caught it, and she was getting ready to get in that ass. And y'all know Miss Kimmy, she can get back with you now. She can definitely get back with you. And so, you hear Miss Nell, they start circling around. The bishop passes out. They call the ambulance. They get him on the stretcher. Maybe he became overheated. He had on his robe and maybe it was hot at the venue, so on and so forth. And so, hopefully he's doing well. Prayers to him. I hope he did. I hope it was just heat exhaustion or just a moment. I hope he's doing well. So they called the ambulance and they carry him out on the stretcher. And so they go back. To the venue, the vow renewal venue, and Martell still talking about Melody. Oh God, still talking about Melody. Let it go. I understand you still love her. You f the thing up, okay? You f the thing up, and that's just how it goes, okay? But let it go. You've done too much. Maybe in the beginning, this kind of talk would have got you back in the door, but at this point, after a baby, an alleged attempt at extortion, allegedly, blackmail, allegedly, and a stint in the county prison, let it go. And a restraining order, maybe a no contact order she has on you, let it go. It's over, buddy. Okay, it's over. Let it go, Martell. And so he's still talking about, he claims he speaks to Melody, when no one is around. They talk, they have casual conversations, so on and so forth. But then when the group is around, she acts like she does not want to be around him. and she wants nothing to do with him. I don't know if that's true or not, but a part of me believes that's not true. And the lie detector test said that was a lie. I don't think she deals with him outside of the show. I think she wants no parts of him whatsoever. So I just don't believe that. I don't believe that. And so Martell, they all go and sit down at the table for the dinner or whatnot. And Martell, they all sit at the table. Martell makes his way on over to the table. I think he sits next to Latricia. And Mel's like, okay, Martell makes his way over to my table. So at this point, I'm going to stick with what I've been saying, and I'm out. Deuces. I'm gone. She went over there and hugged Miss Nell, Chris Fletcher, so on and so forth, and she made her way out. Mel had no time. It is what it is. She don't want to be involved. And so Lance and Destiny make their way outside, and while they're outside, Destiny hold on, y'all know I gotta have my notes together. Um, Destiny lets Lance know that he should have the correct thing to do if he felt some type of way, or he was told anything, or he had a question about anything that she may have done. The correct thing would have been to pull her outside and speak to her. And she's right. Pull her outside because that little cattiness and that little shade, now that was a queen move right there, Lance. That was a whole queen move. Try to shade her in front of her friends. You had that moment now. She would have got back with you. Then it would have been something else, but she let you have it. But that really was a very queenish moment. But I don't think Lance is a queen. I'm just saying the moment is a queen. So y'all don't come on here trying to attack me now, okay? Don't beat me up on here. But we know that was a queen moment. A little sass. Um, And so she pretty much says to him, well, says in her confessional, that was a red flag to her. That was a real red flag to her. And the way she just did that, called that out as a red flag, a lot of people could benefit from doing that. When you see certain signs in the beginning of a relationship or whatever kind of ship you have with another person, when you start seeing the red flags, you might want to pay attention. You might want to back away for stuff like that. It happened one time, happened two times, happened three times. Then next thing you know, you married and the shit still happened. Excuse me. It still happened. And so I get her on that. So that's something to pay attention to. So now, not Melody. Destiny got red flags up for you and your mama, Lance. But did y'all see Latricia Rogers from Bell Collective? She was there in the building when Chris and Nell did their acknowledgments, their speech. And so whew, all right. So, and Nell said in her confessional, that her mom would be so proud of her. And that's just so sweet. I feel so bad for her that her mom could not be there. Again, rest in peace to her mom. And she said that her mom would be so proud of Chris and her on 30 years of marriage. So, you guys, cheers to the Fletchers. Cheers to the Fletchers, you guys. Now, let's get into Latricia and Ken. This is where it gets juicy. Y'all ready? All right. So back at Latricia's house, Latricia sitting on the sofa. She getting ready, getting ready for her scene with Ken. In walks Ken. And he asks her, are you open to conversation? Now, you guys remember from the previous video, Ken said that Latricia is not receptive of being open and communicating about different subjects. She tends to feel like pretty much pointing the finger and you putting some kind of blame or making an accusation instead of asking questions, which we'll get into that. So he already said this. And so Latricia says that she feels like she's walking on eggshells around her own home about the whole Martell and the whole Marquez, which is her ex-husband, that whole situation. She feels like she's walking on eggshells. And so they start getting into it and they talking about it. And Ken Ken reveals that there was a text message that this girl Latricia sent to her ex-husband that she would take him back in a heartbeat. But she claims she does not remember that. Now, Guys, remember when the cause of her and Melody's argument is the fact that she said that she felt like Mel was being messy when Mel said that she still had love for him. Remember that? Remember, I said that in the video. It seems like she still loves that man, and everybody can see it. She does not like his ways, and she probably, like we said before in the previous video, y'all said it with me too. Y'all remember that? Um, she was probably in low key. The reason why it took her so long to do that whole divorce and to finalize anything, because low key she was still holding out hope that he would get himself together, he would come back home to his family, and they would live happily ever after. That's why she didn't divorce him. And I think we all seen it except for Ken. But y'all know what? I take that back because I think Ken saw it too. He just did not want to see it. He closed his eyes to the situation. He was what they call the fallback guy, or whatever have you what they call the fallback guy. He was that guy. He was the cleanup man, pretty much, just for the moment. And that's why she's been stringing him along, avoiding conversations when it comes to marriage, because she still wants to be with her kid's father. I don't know what it is, and I'm not a woman, but I know a lot of women, even men too, we have sometimes when you date people, the first one for certain things, you always have a connection with that person sometimes for a while, and then you eventually move on. And I think their whole separation is kind of fresh. But I think it's really different for a woman when a woman has her first kid or kids by a man and their high school sweethearts. I think and this is all fairness to Latricia, she's not the first or she will not be the last to do this. But a lot of women still hold on, and it's hard for them to let go of the man that they had their first kid with, their high school sweetheart, their first guy they married. It's hard because it's a lot there, and they have a lot of memories. No matter all of the horrible things that he may have done to her or the horrible things that he may have said, she still holds a love in her heart no matter what she says for that man, because that's the father of her first two kids, her only two kids. They still have a connection, they have a bond. And y'all know when, they say this whole thing about soul ties, when you have a level of intimacy with someone, it's usually sex. You know what I'm saying? When you make contact with the person inside their body, there is a level of intimacy that does not go away. It's like your spirits collide and your spirits become one. Okay? Soul ties. And not only did they come together to, have the X, the SEX, they also procreated. You see what I'm saying? They procreated. They put their body fluids together to produce two kids. So I get it. I get it. But Latricia say that. Don't keep playing these games, which is what Ken is getting at. And Latricia says that Martell and Marquez live rent free in their house, insinuating that Ken is always a topic of conversation with them. Ken's always bringing it up, and Ken's getting pissed off because this whole thing is don't keep trying to make it seem like I'm sitting here dwelling on these two guys, because that's not it. I don't talk about them unless this situation comes up. Okay, and so she keep trying to go back and forth with him, thus proving what he said in previous episodes. She's taking this as an accusation, and he says that to her. She's taking it as an accusation instead of listening to her man, listening to how he feels about this situation, which you can't do anything but respect it. Because like he told her, you made this situation very messy. He said, I have no problems with those guys. I have a problem with you because you came in and you made this situation messy. It didn't have to be this way. You were being coy about the whole Martell situation when you could have just said up front. That's the problem that Mel had with you. That's the problem that the other people had with you. You should have just said up front what it was, but you made it seem like something else, or as if you were hiding something. And now the people gonna come back at you because you made it seem that way. You played into that whole situation by you not shutting that ish down when Martell first said it, or when what her name Stormy first brought y'all together, saying, "Yeah, I know him. I went to his house and this and the other." You played into maybe there was more that happened between you and Martell. And I can get that I can get how Ken feels, because at the end of the day, when it came up amongst friends, you should have went and said that, because you should have said that. You should have made that clear. Now, even if you did not make it clear with us through the TV, you should have made it clear with him behind the scenes, because it was out there now. It was out there. And it was not that long ago. So you should have made that very clear with him. So I get exactly what he's saying. And the whole Marquez situation, you're still married to the man. So of course he's gonna live rent free now because you're still married to him. However, Ken, as I said before, and as we all said it, y'all said it too. So don't act like you did. That's your fault. You should have known what time it was getting into a relationship with a still married woman. Whether or not she was with her husband or not, you moved too fast for that situation. Now, you could have dated her and talked to her on the low, but you moved in. You done bought the kids cars. You bought the son a car. You going to recitals and dance events, traveling all across the world and doing this and the other, and provide opportunities for her and Marquez's kids, and you're not even married to her. You're just a boyfriend. You're the side piece, technically. And that's what your friend was trying to tell you. That's what all of them been trying to tell you. Low key, everybody on the show's been trying to tell you that. All the guys. You put yourself in a situation where you got your feelings involved. And that whole lie where you try to tell Marcel that you could just walk away from the situation. That's a lie. You can't. And Marcel called that ish out real fast. You can't just walk away like that. Stop fronting, because your feelings are involved. You're in love. Because if you were not in love with her, this whole situation, or if you had any doubt about her or Martell, or the whole situation with her and her ex-husband Marquez, you would have just walked away from that situation, wipe your hands clean of it, and been done with them. Soon as shit starts, excuse me, soon as the ish start to get sticky, you would have just walked away. It wouldn't be this whole I try to talk to her and you going around the world and trying to talk to everybody about the situation and get all this advice from your homeboy. You would have just walked away with it, walked away from it, because it's no ties there. I ain't losing nothing, I ain't gaining nothing. But no, you kept yourself in the situation. So on certain parts of that, I don't feel bad for you. It takes two to tango. You put yourself in that situation. So I don't feel bad for you. You know, it is what it is. And so you made that bed, now you gotta lie in it. You chose to take on that responsibility. So, they're going back and forth and she's making it an accusation. And Latricia, she needs to learn how to listen and take accountability, because all that going back and forth with him and no, it was you. No, it's you. No, it's you. He's telling you, I don't have a problem with them. Those men, I ain't tripping off of them. Which low key he probably is. But I'm tripping off of you and how you did that. Just say, okay, I messed up. Why is that so hard for people to do? Just say, okay, I messed up, and shut that ish down. Even if you don't agree. Okay, I messed up. I should have, even if you cannot see your fault in that situation, Latricia, I messed up. I should have done that totally different. Listen to the man. You can tell he's younger than her. And he's just trying to express his feelings. He seems like that type of guy. You know what maybe soft, it, you know, DICK, he got his feelings involved. And so he trying to express to you, and there's nothing wrong with the man being expressive. That's what most women want, I thought, right? Because her ex-husband was a big old crybaby. So he was softer than that. So maybe she just has a low tolerance for guys like that. But if she's gonna be with him, her husband, or any man, anybody else, man or woman, communication is key, boo. You gotta talk. And sometimes you're gonna have to take that L. Okay? You got to take that L. Say, I should have done that totally different. I messed the situation up. That would have killed that whole situation. But no, she wants to go back and forth with him. Then she says he's feeling insecure and so on. He's bothered. And now you want to try to shoot down his manhood by calling him insecure and bothered. Now you're trying to hit the below the belt. Because if this is the man that you love, you should not do that, let alone on national TV in front of the world to see, for you to degrade him and call him insecure, make it seem like these men, he's jealous of these men and they got a one up on him because he's just trying to get clarity from you so that way he can go ahead and clear the situation all up and you guys can go ahead and move on for your relationships. He is doing the manly thing. He is trying to communicate with you before the situation goes any further. But no, baby. No, no, no. Miss Latricia wanted to fight that thing to the end, baby. And I think the end she was not prepared because I told y'all those quiet men in the in the previous video, I told y'all those quiet men like Ken, when you push them to a certain point, oh, they blow up. Tick, 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 boom. And that's exactly what happened. Ken went tick, tick, boom on her ass. Okay. You want to hit low? I'm going to hit low. And like he told her, you got all this smoke for all these, you got all this smoke for me at home behind the scenes, but you don't have none of the smoke for these people in the streets. Well, she did kind of have it for Mel a little bit. Maybe it was the juice that got her loose. But like he said, you don't have all this smoke. You didn't have that smoke for Martell. You didn't have that kind of smoke for your ex-husband because she still loved him. That's why she didn't have that kind of smoke for him. I'm just calling it like I see it. She didn't have the smoke for him because she still loves him. And he holds a place in her heart that at this point you will never have. So either you're gonna get with it or walk away. But Cam blew up. And he told her, you lied about these things and it was no reason. And I'm sure he knows more behind the scenes than we know. So it's probably a buildup of things. Also, I think that it could be all the guys, his best friend, everybody getting in his ear. Why you gonna let her do you like that? Why you gonna let her play you like that? How she played this situation? And I'm sure it's probably building up. And now it caused him to blow up on top of everything else that she may be doing or whatever conversations they're having behind the scenes. Because not again, ain't gonna blame 100% on her, but she played a part in it and he accepted that part. He played a part in it as well. And so at this point, he blew up. Baby, he snapped. He in so many words called her a broke bitch. He called her broke. And I thought she was an engineer. I thought engineers get paid really, really well. And especially in a city like Huntsville. I would think engineers get paid very, very well, like, six-figure salaries or something. High six figures. So I don't know. But yeah, so he snapped, called the bro. He pretty much said, y'all want reality? Y'all give reality. Like he broke the fourth wall. Screw them cameras being here. Screw those cameras being here. And Latricia was like, trying to get him out the door. All right, it's enough. It's enough. Y'all can go. I'm done. I'm done filming, whatever have you. And he pretty much said, I paid for all this. Those cars out there in that driveway, that's I paid for those. I paid for those. I paid for all of this. And she was like, all right, time for you to go. Time for you to go. This over. This over. This over. Time for you to go. And he was like, I paid for all of this. Tell me I ain't paid for this. What? You trying to say I ain't paid for this? I paid for all of this. So baby, he don't spill her tea all over the streets. And Letitia Scott said it, and she was going to tell us when it was time. They told us when it was time. He said her car was broke down in an apartment complex. Her car, her truck was broke down and it need to be fixed. It's in somebody apartment complex. And she was like, I get my brother to fix it. I'll get my brother to fix it. Y'all know she's riding around like a new Nissan Rogue or something like that, Pathfinder. So I guess Ken got that truck for her because he owns a trucking company or some sort, or drives trucks, something. He might be an owner operator. I don't know. But yeah, he clocked her tea right there and called her ass out broke. So she was trying to hurry up and push him out the door. He said, I can go and live on I can end this ish right here and go sit on the island and I'll be good. I ain't gotta work. I'll be good. So I'm assuming he owns the business, the trucking company. So yeah. He broke her all the way down, people. I don't think Latricia was. I don't think she signed up for that. She probably didn't she probably thought he's gonna be a little sweet, little teddy bear, this and that, other. But baby, when he snapped, he went off. That's why you can't mess with those quiet guys like that. Quiet people in general, male or female. You can't mess with quiet people like that because when they pop off, baby, they gonna pop off, and then you gonna try to hit him and call him insecure. Now he's called you broke. All is fair. What? Say it with me now. All is fair and Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all, I was prepared in the beginning to give this episode about a 6 rating. But after that, I'm going to have to go ahead and bump them on up. It's about a 8.5, maybe even a 9. I'll give them no, I'll give them a 9. Because Trisha and Ken, we've been waiting for this all season long. Now, Latricia gave it to us last episode with Mel. So she boosted him up there. And now her and Ken, oh, this is what everybody has been waiting for. Because we all knew it was a story behind those quiet faces, and Ken was going to get to a breaking point with that whole Martell and Marquez situation. But again, people, let that be a lesson learned. If they have not fully ended whatever they had going on, closed that one door, you don't try to open up another one or walk through that door of a circus with them. Find you somebody your age that is clear, has nothing going on. This man does not have kids, and there's nothing wrong with getting with people that have kids, has kids, and you don't. There's nothing wrong with that, But get with somebody who's not currently still attached to somebody, whether they sleep in the same bed or not. That's still her husband. And obviously, from the text message that she would get back with him in a heartbeat, there is still some love there. And I believe he knew all of this, but maybe he was somewhere hoping that it would all change and that she would see him. But it does not look like that is happening. So not let me, you guys go over to the comment box and let me know what you think about this episode. And also let me know how you rate this episode. And also let me know how you feel about let me know that y'all see Chris Jr. at that wedding because I did not see him. Let me know if I missed him. And also let me know how you guys feel about this whole blow up between Latricia and Ken. Let me know what you think. Just give me your whole feelings. Like, listen, I welcome that. And yeah. And then so they showed the reunion, guys. I cannot wait until the reunion happens next Saturday. We are definitely going to talk about that. And I'm going to definitely make sure I get it to you guys as quick as possible because I hope this reunion is good. With it had a T, good. I hope this reunion is good. Good. I hope it gives everything they have been promising us. I hope I gave everything you guys wanted. Again, thank you guys so much for watching Crown by Kenzie. Thank you all for supporting. Whether the feedback is good or bad, just thank you for watching and thank you for supporting y'all. We run these numbers up and y'all continue to watch these videos. Let's get these numbers up. Let's let YouTube know that we are here, the Crown Kings and Queens. We are here to stay and we ain't going nowhere. Okay? Subscribe, like, comment, hit that notification bell so that way you know when I post a video or I go live. And let me ask y'all something before I go. Would you guys be up for me? Because I did it in the beginning. Maybe some of you guys were not on at that time. You were not on my channel at that time. But let me know if you guys would like if I went live for an hour, maybe 3 times a week. We'll start off slow because I was trying to do it every night. And maybe I'll give it to you guys every night, but maybe 3 times a week, 1 hour. To just sit back, have a couple of cocktails, and just discuss the topics in pop culture and news, and entertainment, because that's what this channel is about. And but I've been trying to test the waters to see what works, and see what my crown kings and queens, see what you guys like and what you guys want to hear about. So if you guys wanted to do that, I would definitely be open to doing that. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know a certain time that you guys would. Now it's gonna have to be after 5 o'clock now. Y'all know I still got a job. I ain't like the other YouTube creators where I don't have a job. I still have responsibilities. Okay. So let me know what time in the evening that you guys would be available to jump on here. We can do it for about an hour and sit here and discuss some topics, some hot topics, and get into some things. Y'all let me know. All right. Don't be shy. Let me know. And again, continue to give that feedback because I'm loving it. I try to respond to each and every one of you guys as quick as I can. Next week is going to be a new week, y'all. Um, the start of something very, very new. I'm so happy about it. I'm ecstatic. Um, it's gonna be a really good week. And you guys, last week, I just want to tell you guys this. And I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna get y'all off the line and let y'all go. Last week, the amount of comments, the views, even on one video, you guys showed out. And I cannot thank you guys enough. I saw my subscribers went up. Y'all, I'm new to this. And so I'm not perfect with this. We all watch other YouTubers and their perfection level. And if you guys don't know, in the beginning, I had an issue with trying to compare myself to them. But now I had to take some time and dial it back. And I had to start just going with my own flow, not their flow, but going with how I'm feeling at the moment. When the spirit hits me to put out a video, I do that. I stop. I released myself from the pressures that I placed, the false pressures that I placed on myself in the beginning when I first started my YouTube journey in August 2024. And so I'm not perfect right now. Everything, may not be up to some standards. But I tell you what, you guys stick with me. You guys stick this thing out with me because we're going to get this perfect. Or not even just perfect, because nothing in life is perfect. But we're going to get this thing up to a certain, level. And we're going to level up. And I want you guys to continue sending me your comments, sending me your feedback, because trust me, I'm going to always keep my day ones in mind. And I'm going to shout you guys out every chance I get to let you guys know that I am watching. I see your comments. I try to respond back to you. It may get to a point where I may not be able to respond to each and every comment, but at least the least I'm going to do is at least try to like it and love it and let you know that I see you. We see each other. In the words of Nene Leaks. Thank you guys so much for watching Crowd by Kids. Again, subscribe, like, comment, hashtag me, follow me on hashtag Crown by Kenzie with a K. KrowndByKenzie. Follow me on YouTube, Threads, which I'm still getting used to, Instagram, um, I'm gonna eventually start a Twitter. I don't have Twitter, but I'm gonna eventually go over to the Twitter. Let me just get everything else down pat. I'm gonna try to get an Amazon store up. So I want you guys to start to check that out. Once I get that up and going, I'm gonna provide you guys with the link. And make sure you guys also check out Pay for Your Say. Like, listen, guys, it's an easy way for you to make money without leaving the comfort of your own home by doing surveys for these Fortune 500 companies that need your feedback to make their products and services better. Now, I will say you may not be eligible for every single survey, but guys, I'm telling you, if you remain consistent in that, you will make the money. And it only costs a one-time fee. And if you click on the link, which I'm gonna put in the description box for Pay for Your Say. If you click on my link, you'll get a special discounted price to sign up for Pay for Your Say. Again, it's a one-time fee. It's no kind of gimmick, it's no kind of Ponzi scheme, nothing like that. You ain't gotta keep trying to know. And I don't have to let you guys know about that. I don't have to tell you guys about that. I'm just simply trying to help the people because that's one thing that I'm very passionate about. And people that know me know if I can help somebody else make some money, I'm going to do that. Any information I find out, I always believe in empowering my people, and you guys are my people, my crown kings and queens. So again, go and check out Pay for Your Say and use my link. That way you can get that special discounted price to sign up to make that one-time investment into yourself to open that door where you're available for you'll get invites for surveys. You can sign up for mock jewelry trials. That makes money. You get access to a special Facebook group where no matter they post all the mock jewelry trials that you do get paid for all of this stuff. They post those in this Facebook group. I'm telling you, it opens up a world of money making without leaving the comforts of your own home. Again, that is Paid for Your Say. I'm going to put the link in the description box. Get into it. Check it out. It's not a scheme that Todd set up to have me come to y'all with the bull. Y'all have a good night and a happy Monday. Thank you for watching Crowned by Kenzie. Take care. Bye bye.
How you doing?